So, price forecast for 2025, how high can Polkadot go? The world of blockchains is really growing rapidly, but they all have one problem: they can't communicate with each other. Polkadot aims to solve this problem and really connect the entire Web3 ecosystem together. In this video, you'll learn how Polkadot plans to achieve this and why it's one of the most promising projects in this market. Stay tuned because you'll see how Polkadot is laying the foundation for a completely new connected world of blockchains. And then we'll get started right away. What is Polkadot actually? It's a layer 1 blockchain that relies on parachains. So basically it's about connecting multiple blockchains. So it's extremely relevant and was founded back in 2016. Now we're going to look at 20 metrics for Polkadot, analyze them thoroughly, and then make a price forecast. If you don't know the 20 metrics yet, I highly recommend this video where I explain them. Otherwise, I've listed them here again. And then we come to the first one, the market capitalization. Those are already high cap altcoins, of course. How much potential does Polkadot still have? They definitely have 7 out of 10. So what about the circulating supply? So it's basically 100% in circulation, which is very good. So that's also a 10 out of 10. So what about the roadmap? Yes, they want to further expand their parachains and ultimately improve the communication between networks and scale up in that area. Especially, of course, in the web. 3 areas, so extremely relevant, 9 out of 10. So what about the team? How strong is the team? It was developed by Gavin Wood, one of the co-founders of Ethereum, so it's extremely relevant. Otherwise, they also have a strong team with extreme expertise and they're technically very well positioned, so that's also a 9 out of 10. So, which narratives do they actually serve? The narrative that blockchains can communicate with each other, and that's why it's extremely relevant for the web space to ensure and make the communication between individual blockchains more efficient. So that's 9 out of 10 in that area. What problem does Polkadot ultimately solve? The problem, as mentioned, is that blockchains can't always communicate with each other. So, they developed parachains to solve this problem, and that's an extremely important and relevant topic, which is why they get a 10 out of 10. So what about the tokenomics? Yes, you can use .t for staking, governance, and in auctions. They're very well positioned on their chain, so that's an 8 out of 10. So, what does it offer for investors there? Jaro Capital, for example. Very relevant polychain capital. All these institutional, let's say, investors support Polkadot, so that's very relevant and important. 9 out of 10. So what about the capital? Well, Polkadot has handled the bear market really well. Very stable. They have enough capital to keep developing, so that's a 9 out of 10. The marketing video shows that they're well positioned. They're really continuously developing to possibly attract developers to their platform, getting chains, and focusing on the ecosystem continuing to grow. So that's why it also gets an 8 out of 10. Stop. I found another altcoin this week that really surprised me. It has a very strong tokenomics, and the analysis was really exciting. So if you don't want to miss these, I upload an altcoin analysis every Saturday and Sunday, and ultimately, I want to find the next 100x gains. If you don't want to miss out, subscribe to the channel now, and definitely make sure to hit the bell so you don't miss any insights. And now let's get right into it. So how simple is the idea of Polkadot? It's basically simple. It wants to connect other blockchains together and for the web space, which is very relevant for the future and therefore also in this area. 9 out of 10. What long-term vision does Polkadot have? Because they want to be a leader in the Web3 space and ultimately connect the other chains to further strengthen the decentralized internet. And that's why they're doing extremely well. 9 out of 10. Is it deflationary? Does Polkadot ultimately have a maximum supply? In the end, it's inflationary. It doesn't have a maximum supply. When it comes to the tokenomics side, it's not optimal because, of course, quite a few tokens could still come onto the market. So that's only 6 out of 10. So what is the fully diluted market capitalization? And in the end, they're rated well. Right now, it's a fair valuation. 9 out of 10. And how does it look with the liquidity? Well, they are extremely liquid in the market, which is very good. 9 out of 10. So how was the token distribution and the lockup periods? In the end, it was a fair distribution looking back. So they did well there. 8 out of 10. So how does it look with the top coin holders? Are they then as low as possible? And since it was quite decentralized, they're well positioned there. It's not too widely distributed among individual holders, but rather, as I said, it's more broadly distributed. So that's 8 out of 10. So what does such a utility look like? As I just mentioned, staking on one hand, then for the parachain auction. And in the end, the further development of the ecosystem has a broad use case. So that's 9 out of 10. So how does the community look? Well, in the end, Polkadot has been on the market for a long time, has a strong community, and above all, they keep attracting new developers, which is really good. 9 of 10. So how does the current market situation actually look? They're very well positioned, they have good capital, they have a solid narrative, and they're really extremely important and relevant for the web space. So the altcoin season is going to continue, so they're well positioned. 8 out of 10, and then let's get to the results. 92% extremely good. They are very important for the entire sector. They take on extremely important narratives. So they obviously have a strong use case, especially in real life. And in the end, connecting multiple blockchains is essential for the future. So they're extremely well positioned. They have an extremely strong team. And that's why I think Polkadot is one of the best projects on the market, which unfortunately is extremely undervalued. Yes, and now let's get straight to the price prediction. So anything from $25 to $50 to $75 is possible. I personally believe that Polkadot will have even higher growth. That's extremely positive. Now that you know the potential of Polkadot, I've linked another altcoin up here that also has extreme potential. Really super interesting analysis, definitely don't miss this.